Welcome, darling. Let's get started. So, firstly, we're going to be checking what the collective is. I'm going to use these because we need to figure out the situation first. So, what collective is it that I'm talking with today? What is your situation? What's been going on? Oh fuck, okay. We have boat, so there's distance there, there's travel. Let's see. No, progression, arriving, moving on, closure issues. Yes, that makes sense. If you come looking for a reading, there might be closure issues. Not always though, thankfully. But it happens a lot. So, for this right collective, you need to make everything fit. If everything doesn't fit, then there's probably still a reason why you're here. There might be a message, but you're not the intended collective. You're not part of the intended collective, okay? Everything has to fit for you. You should get chills. You should get chills. You should just be like, wow, have you been spying on me? Stranger on the internet? I have not. I have better things to do. But, oh, okay. We also have girl with a snake, meaning, well, it can mean a couple of different things, but we have the whole fake empath thing going on here, and being charmed or feeling charmed, being used or feeling used. Someone that is an enabler and not necessarily good with boundaries. Now this could be you. This could be what you are feeling in this situation. And you got twin flames. Okay. So whoever you are, you feel that this connection is a twin flame connection. But yeah, you might feel used, or there might also be a third party, yeah. That you feel kind of stole away your intended. Everything I say is for a reason. No. Oh, you got not enough. Look at this sad little woman under her umbrella. Frustrated in relationship, lack of confidence, self-sabotage, fear, ego issues, jealousy. Not feeling enough. I am very much leaning towards some sort of third-party interference here. I'm not saying a romantic interest, because it doesn't have to be. But there's something. But third party can be anything. It could be work, it could be hobbies, I suppose. Family in general. Like, third party can be a lot. See if we can get more guidance. But yeah, up until now, the correct collective. But of course, you might find gold nuggets anyways. And stick around. I love having you here. But the right collective, there is distance. There's travel involved here, with closure issues. Distance can of course be emotional, or it can be physical. And then we have girl with a snake. So I'm very much leaning towards like fake empath thing here, and potentially that you're feeling used by this person when they just up and left at some point. I mean, it doesn't say ghosted, of course, but this deck wouldn't say that. We'll check with a different deck as well. And then we also have twin flames. So this is twin flame connection. So, by its very nature, this is going to be filled up with not necessarily amazing emotions. The thing with twin flames is like, yay, you did get that fairy tale romantic thing going on for you. However, you didn't read the fine script. I mean, not that this is not on you. That's not what I'm saying. But like anyone who wishes for like this fairy tale romantic experience, yeah, you should probably look into fairy tales again, because none of those romantic relationships are like smooth. They have a hero's journey, and you are in the middle loved one. But that's a good thing, because you're going to grow and evolve and all of that if you choose to. Anyways, we also had the feeling not enough, which is not fun. Oh, and you got a coffee cup. And like, you really want to... I think this is no contact. Yeah, this is no contact. You can feel it. This is no contact. You guys are in no contact. Huh. Okay. But you kind of wish to end that. That's your goal, or like your desire at least. That's where you're at now. This is now, okay? So, yeah, if you're here and you don't feel like it fits or stuff like that quite yet, and you're also like, but I didn't really get anything from this, I feel, at all. Well, you should maybe consider saving this, because if you too are on a twin flame journey, then you might either have just like gone through this phase, or this phase might be coming up, or not. And like, there are different journeys through the twin flame thing, but it also kind of is the same with at least the amount of mountains that needs to be climbed. But yeah, so this is kind of where you're at now. You still want to converse with this person. You feel like you're not enough. There is distance, emotional, physical, doesn't really matter, but there is distance there. And then you also feel like there is some sort of fake empath, or like fake empath. Doesn't have to be that. But you know, it could also be boundaries have been put up either by you, but you still kind of want that reconnection, rekindling thing, because it's your twin flame and you're not feeling enough, so you're not doing it. Yeah, that could also be. Let's see if we can get an extra card here. Let's see. I just want one more card. Could we get... Oh, fuck. Phoenix! Oh! This is like... Yes, you want to rekindle. You want this to start up anew. But transformed and better. Which is good. Because you don't... If it's a twin flame journey, you do not want the same thing that you had. I'm sorry, but you don't. Whatever you had in the very beginning was quite likely... not the healthiest, because twin flames are not the healthiest when they meet. Not initially. You never want the same thing back when it comes to... Anyways, if something has ended, you don't want the same thing back. It really doesn't matter if it's twin flame or if it's anything at all. If it ended for a reason. What? Aww. Photograph. Looking at your photos, missing you, nostalgia, making new memories. That's actually so fun. But yeah, that's the whole like rekindling. Oh wow, there's a lot. You really want this to be rekindled, but in a new and better way, which is great, because you were left feeling not enough. That's not great. Okay, let's see if we can just get one more, because then we have 4. That was almost not quite. Yeah, but the girl with the snake. It could also be boundaries, but I am leaning towards third party, because girl with the snake is third party for me. That's what I see. But again, doesn't, and also with the third party there is some sort of boundary that would be put up by either you or your love interest. There would be some sort of boundary put up anyways. Whether that is a physical one or if that is a... No, we can't have 3 cards. I'm sorry, that's far too many. Nope. If there was anything in here you wanted me to see, you're going to have to send it out again. But I would like one more card. Thank you. Just one more for the collector. One more to showcase something. Just so that we can pinpoint the collector. Right? Suppose this is desires then. Oh. Oh, okay. We got lighting, which is sudden change, shocking news, upheaval, transformation, surprise, epiphany. And this is connected to the whole wanting to meet, wanting to start up anew, wanting to rekindle, make new memories. A bit nostalgic right now. And it seems like this feeling has come over you very suddenly. Something has happened. To me, this lightning card is kind of like the tower in tarot. So, this is sudden. Now, of course, I don't know if this is because you already worked through all of this, so it's like not something you normally feel anymore, because with the twin flames you've had the longing, most likely. It depends. I don't really know what, if I'm talking to the, or I don't really know if you as a collective is the feminine or the masculine. Wait, you know, I'll try and pull a star from my little bag of stars to see if we can get a gender. No, we got happy. That's good. And defensive, putting up defenses. Yeah, I should probably show you. So first we got happy. And then we got a bit of stubbornness here, or defensive at least. And then we have seasons, changes. Yeah, it doesn't necessarily portray it so well for you, but it does for me, since I made these. Okay, let's try one more. Just one more. It's a stormy sea, but that is emotions. I don't really know still if it's like the runner collective or the chaser, but there is something about a cycle here. And twin flame journeys, they move in cycles. I mean, not only the twin flame journeys, but they move in cycles. You're supposed to be working with something. And then, you know, if you manage to work through it within the cycle, then you get to move on to something different you can work on. Yay! And once you worked on most of it, at least, I mean, you're not supposed to be fully fledged healed, but then you can, well, I mean, in theory, you could end up together, but also not. Like, that's important too. That's very important. If you are on a twin flame journey, you're doing the healing for yourself. You may or may not end up with your the person that you consider and think of as your twin flame. You know, this life or the next, it really doesn't matter, because this journey is for you, and it's for you to become the best version of yourself. It's actually really beautiful and so hard and so painful. But okay, we don't really know. I'm going to throw these stars back. The only thing we know is that defenses are up. But I do feel like this might be either, there are two options there. There are two options. Either this collective, you kind of moved on, and you know, you went into your happy state, and you put up boundaries. Great, by the way. But then something shifted, like some whatever shifted, because of, like, you know, change of cycles, whatever, which led you into stormy sea emotionally, like lots of intense emotions. And the other option is the exact opposite, kind of, where you as a collective exited this twin flame thing, you put up a happy face. And all of the boundaries, you try to move on with someone that it's a third party for this love story, okay? But like with a third party, someone that you genuinely thought, probably at least, hopefully at least, genuinely thought you could be happy with, calm, that this was your person, right? You might also have been scared and just decided to run. That also happens, sadly. And then something changed. Like, the seasons changed. Something has changed. And that could just be energetically as well. It doesn't have to be something that you can specifically pinpoint. But something has changed. Either externally or internally. Or both. They often, tie together. And this has stirred a sea of emotions for you. And because of that, if that's the case, then you ran because you didn't feel like you were enough, actually, due to this card. But then again, twin flame journeys, you are mirrors of each other. So this could be both of you. You might have run because you didn't feel like you were enough. You didn't know what to do. This love scared you, and then you had the option of running to something else, something new or something old. And you decided to go for that instead because that was less intense and that was more comfortable. I'm not judging, by the way. And as no one else should be judging you either. We all do our best, even in the moment. And now you do want to rekindle this, and this has then come out of the blue, thin blue air. It's either, I don't know if you're a runner or if you're a chaser. We do actually have cards in that I would disclose it. You know what, for now we're just going to say that it's both. If you have up until now resonated with any of this, then this reading is probably for you. Okay, we have established the story, kind of ish. Wonderful, by the way. Now let's see what the issue is there, okay? So, we're going to be deep diving a little bit more into what has been going on here. And see if we can get this story a bit more straight. That would be wonderful. Make it much easier for me to help. Okay, let's see. Let's deep dive into the story of this collective. Ooh, 2 cards. Yay! Okay, let's see. Ooh. Okay, closed off. We've got anxiety here. Refused to give in. And silence. Oh! Okay. Now we got fired up, furious with rage, building up emotions, overwhelming thoughts, very angry. Yeah, that fits with the sea of emotions. That fits with the lightning. Closed off, anxiety, refused to give in. Refused to give in. It could still be both of you. You might feel like the other person is closed off. Or you yourself might be closed off. Let's see here. Let's see, because we had boundaries. Moving on. With the girl with the snake. Then twin flames are not feeling enough. Closed off, fired up. What's going on with this collective? Who are we talking to? What's the story? How? What's going on right here and now? With this collective, on this love connection of theirs. And the person on their mind. What's going on? We have closed off and we have fired off. So what's actually going on? Third party! Ha! Told ya! Yes, there's a love triangle here. A secret hookup. And then there's this fired up. If this wasn't all too far. No, too far. If this wasn't too long ago, then it would make sense that this could still be, you know, the chaser being all fired up. If this has been a while, it could still be the chaser. You could still get anxiety thinking of it, I suppose. Secrets, exposure, being judged, hiding truth. Last time I did a reading, a collective reading, I picked up on the well, I wasn't actually allowed to buy the candle, I remember that. But I did pick up on the previous runner. But changes had happened. And now they wanted to rekindle this. But they didn't want to do anything about it. I think I'm reading the same collective, maybe. Because secrets came up with the third party. I genuinely feel this is with seasons and everything. I think something has changed. I think your chaser isn't chasing you anymore. Maybe. That's kind of what it feels like here. And right now, you feel like your chaser, your twin flame, who's no longer chasing you, has closed you off because they're not chasing you anymore. And you would feel that energetically if they stopped chasing you both, well, physically. I don't mean like they're hiding behind every bush, but more like on the internet, for example, like checking your profile, stuff like that. And that has gotten you a bit fired up. Like, it says literally furious with rage. Now, I'm not sure if that's the truth, but like, these are intense emotions that you're feeling right now. Intense emotions. And it's constantly on your mind. Like, you are getting obsessive. Now, but it could still be the other way around. You could feel closed off from your whomever it is that you might then be chasing. And you're fired up with like intense emotions because you suspect there's a third party that's a secret. We need one more card. Like, oh, we got one. Lifestyle. No, I think it's the same collective. Lifestyle. It's choosing your lifestyle. And a third party. Like, again, it doesn't have to be romantic here. It could be anything. It could be friends. It could be work. It could be anything. It could be romance, though, because that's very often what it is for twin flames. Not always. very important, not always, but there's always some sort of obstacle to get through. And third party, there are love connections, like twin flame love connections, but the third party isn't even truly involved in the like the twin flames did end up together, right? But the third party is still kind of connected to the relationship and adding difficulties to the relationship based on, for example, children that they might have with one of the twin flames. And then just issues from that, from them still being involved. But that's not the case here, because here we have a third party, and then there's secrets, and then there's choosing lifestyle over love, it seems, over your twin flame, it seems. And there are just secrets everywhere here. I don't think you're telling anyone about your emotions, about the fact that you clearly are in a very emotional state right now because of your twin flame having cut you off. I want one more. Just one more. Okay, this is important. We need to really establish who we're talking to now, because it's not good for you guys to sit here and then think, oh, this is me, this is my thing. No, okay. What do we have? Oh. Okay, what we got here is evidence, which could be like court case or whatever. It could also be like the tarot card, judgment. That could also be temptation. And then you have confusion here. You're feeling lost, feeling invisible, a void inside, and then you're running away. No, this is the runner. This is the runner, and your chaser has stopped chasing you. I am 100% sure. Which means this is for the masculine energy. You don't have to be a man, but this is for the masculine energy, and you have recently quite likely been cut off because this is intense. The emotions are intense and you are confused. You don't even know what's going on here. You quite likely didn't think they would ever cut you off, but you're still in that third party situation. Doesn't have to be romance, but you're still in the situation that caused you to break away from your twin flame. You're still entangled in it. And you went away. You chose as you chose because you didn't feel you were enough. You are struggling with self-confidence. But you have butterflies here. Butterflies is, to me, that's change. But what it says on the card is devotion, constant smiling, happiness and feeling complete. So I think you have some underlying hope that this could change and turn into a good situation. Because you also have that hole you want to rekindle with your twin flame. And you're confused and you're running away from it. The situation, it's not good. You're not going to solve it like that. But you're tempted to stop running. You haven't changed. Oh, well, if I said it, you probably haven't. You haven't changed any of the important stuff then. It's not going to happen until you change any of the important stuff. If it was everything, if it was the things that you chose that kind of broke this apart, then you not changing anything means that nothing will change. If you keep on doing what you have previously done, you will get what you've previously gotten. It's just sadly how it is. Okay, let's see. We had that here, and then I just want to put down the cards so that I can keep them and see what's going on, you know? And we had evidence and confused and butterflies, which is beautiful. Okay, this is the previous runner who's still running. Yeah, so this has recently happened, I think. You're still choosing to run, but you're still feeling you want to rekindle, then this has very recently happened, which makes a lot of sense. Okay, let's put down some tarot cards, because I want to see kind of... Okay, we're going to do that afterwards, it seems, because these Lenormands were shouting at me. Okay, very well. Let's do that. We're using this one. Ugh. Let's see. What do you kind of want to do right now? Because you're confused. You're running. I mean, like, it's literally saying this here. You're very tempted to do something, but you're confused and you're feeling not good enough, and yeah, you don't know what to do right now, do you? That's sad. We should see what mountain it is that you're trying to climb. Okay? Lenormand is great with showcasing mountains, I feel. Because you kind of need to do something here. Let's see. If nothing comes here, it will, but if we still need more letter. That's communication. You don't read Lenormand one-on-one card, you don't, but this is clearly it has to do with communication. Let's just see. I mean, you can. Of course you can. You can do whatever you want. It's cards. God. Let's see. Should we be doing here? Please give me an answer of insight to the collective. Like, and the mountain they're facing. This is, I mean, if you're running, then clearly you have communication issues in one way or another. Like, maybe you don't feel like you can communicate, maybe you have, maybe you easily feel tongue-tied. That could be very common, actually. I'm going to have to check how you feel about your twin flame. I mean, we already have it here, but kinda. Maybe we should just... No, I want to check swiftly how you feel about your twin flame and how your twin flame feels about you. But first we need to have like an addition card for your letter. Or maybe your mountain truly just is communication. That could be. Kind of feels like it might be. Because I'm not getting anything. My cards are just like, no, this is it. That's the issue. It's communication. This person needs to communicate or learn to do so. That might very well be your lesson, because like that's the thing with twin flame journeys. You learn lessons. You have stuff that you struggle with, for example, setting boundaries, which often the chaser has, and now your chaser has clearly found some self-worth or something like that. It's usually what it is, you know, because if you're struggling with feeling not enough, then that means also your twin flame will have been struggling with that. You are mirrors. You're struggling with the same stuff. But your previous chaser, your twin flame, since I'm talking to the masculine now, the masculine collector of this romance, Your feminine started healing long before you because they had to. And they also started this journey long before. I'm not getting anything. This is your mountain. You need to communicate. If you're struggling with communication in this particular, like, this is it. This is your mountain. It's communication. If you are struggling with communication here in this romance story of yours, in this twin flame journey, that means you struggle with communication in general. It's just getting amplified here in this romance. Okay, we are going to be... I want to check what's blocking you. Why? Why do you have this communication thing? I mean, to be honest, I kind of know. Because all of these things, they come from childhood, or, well, usually childhood, which sets us up for bad relationships, usually, in our adult life then. And you probably felt like you couldn't communicate. For some reason, you felt like you could not express yourself. And when you did, there wasn't a lot of good stuff that happened. Oh, you're seeking perfection. Okay, you're a perfectionist. Yeah, being a perfectionist. Now that is a direct result of not feeling good enough as you are. And so you have to kind of prove that you're worthy of love and admiration and other people's being part of their life and whatnot. But that also, and that stems from trauma. Sorry, but it's true. But also, if you are seeking perfection, that means you put that pressure, because you're a perfectionist, right? And so you hold yourself to impossible standards. And you will definitely be very unhappy with yourself whenever you don't reach that level of perfection, whatever that is. It doesn't exist, by the way. You can never be perfect. You will never be completely whole and magical. I don't know what to call it even. Like, I'm sorry, but we're all just humans. But the bad part here, like, of course, it's horrible because you're putting these demands on yourself, right? But, okay, so if you are seeking perfection, and you're seeking perfection for yourself, that quite likely means you are putting impossible standards also on other people. You are quite likely a demanding partner. But I don't think, because you also struggle with communication. So, I don't think you voice your expectations in your relationships. Meaning, and that makes a lot of sense, meaning you have like this, you have this feeling. When you go into a relationship, you go into it kind of like a child. Like, not in the beginning, you don't. In the beginning, I think quite likely you are very much you are very much wearing a mask, you know, like you're very confident and this perfection, like as well as you could wear the mask of being the perfect partner, you will be wearing that mask of being the perfect partner in the beginning. You absolutely will be. But And you also have like all of that masculine energy going on, and like you present as an emperor, which is like the top of the top when it comes to masculine energy in the tarot deck. That's how you present in the beginning. But you can't communicate. You don't communicate. Meaning, you still have that same feeling as a young child would have, which is, you should be able to read my thoughts. You should know what it is that I want. And you might not feel like that's what you do, but if you cannot communicate, and you're still like seeking perfection and all of that, because that means you have demands. You have demands. No, some of those demands are not fair. Perfectionism isn't fair. Perfectionism is fearing to not be worthy of love. It is wanting to be admired and whatnot by others. It's very much about like external. How do others see me? Do others love me? Will I be, because there's like the underlying thing is of course fair. Will I be tossed out from this like community, whatever it is, this family? My friends, will they not like me at all if they actually see the real me? Because again, perfectionism is hiding yourself behind this facade of perfectionism. But again, with like no communication skills, or like at least I'm not going to say no communication skills, but I'm going to say that you don't express yourself. You don't. Not until it blows over. Yeah. At some point, and this is normal, this is natural, if you don't continuously talk about the tinier things, they will accumulate. If you don't discuss your wants and your needs and how it is that you truly feel when other people are putting their wants and their needs onto you, because again, like, you present seeking perfection, so you're also trying to be perfection. So you're probably trying to be the perfect partner. That's probably really important for you. But it's all a facade, because you cannot be perfect. I'm sorry, you can't. And you're not voicing. Because like this is connected to this love romance, your twin flame, right? You should be communicating. But it also came up as just your massive mountain. You don't communicate. You're not communicating within this third party situation either. No matter if that is a romantic third party situation going on here, if this is work third party situation existing here, or family in general, friends, like it could be whatever. But there is something, there's some friction going on there now, definitely, one way or another. Okay, let's just see if we're getting something. I mean, if there wasn't any friction going on, then why are you not? I don't know, why didn't you choose to walk away with your twin flame? I mean, you could also just... I'm not gonna say it. I'm just going to, like, give me... Is there anything else blocking this? Like, blocking this... causing this, letter situation, this communication problem issue? What's going on here? For my main collector, what else? What else is going on here? If there is anything else going on here. Perfectionism seems to be the most massive thing. Oh wait, here there is something. You're also guarded, and you're lonely. You don't trust others, and you don't let them into your heart. Okay, not avoidant, I'm not going to call you that, but you are afraid of intimacy. You are afraid of being seen. Because if people see you, they'll see that you're not perfect. They'll see under your mask. That's really scary for you. And this communication thing, is connected to that. Oh. Yeah. Okay. It also has everyone leaves. And it says you should choose a partner who can commit to you and let yourself commit to them. So it... Okay. The reason you cannot reach out, it seems here, according to these cards, is... I'm just going to put down the rest of the cards, is that you are a perfectionist. You are highly guarded. You are afraid of emotional intimacy. Because previously, most likely as a child, and most likely also in your other relationship, like, you can't compartmentalize? Yeah, that's probably the word. You can't compartmentalize your different, like, situations and relationships in your life. If you are a perfectionist and if you are emotionally guarded and afraid of intimacy in one area of your life, that is actually in all of your areas. It doesn't just stop with your twin flame. That's not, it isn't. This is also in your third party situation, this is with friends, and this is with family. You do not communicate your needs, and it doesn't really matter if it's like positive or negative needs. You do not communicate until you absolutely have to. You are bursting when you decide to communicate. That's unhealthy. And the reason is that you are afraid. You are afraid that if you start actually speaking up for yourself, if you start choosing yourself, voicing your needs, your preferences, voicing who you are and taking down that mask of perfectionism, if you start doing that, you are wholeheartedly afraid of that leaving you in ruins. You genuinely think everyone and everything would crumble. You wouldn't have anyone left. Okay, how is your situation right now? I'm going to check that out. This is not cool. This is really... I'm going to give you a hint right here and now. Like, not a hint per se, but a tip. Because this isn't healthy, okay? This is your inner child. Wait, where is it? Here, everyone leaves? That's your inner child. What am I showcasing? Not talking! Are you joking? Yeah. Stop. God. You aren't communicating! Yeah, you aren't communicating your needs. You need to discuss how you feel. This was the tip I was going to be like, you should try that out. And then the tip is like right under here. Yeah, you're welcome. Continue on coming here, because like me and my cards, we have all the hints and tips you need. Of course, I don't know if you're a person who will follow them or not, but at least we can try and sprinkle some seeds in there. Because I only want to... I'm not saying this to belittle you, to make you feel bad, to make you feel like you can't achieve your perfectionism, but you can't. I'm sorry. No one can. But my point is, I'm not trying to be mean here. We all have gone through something with this at some point, I think. Most of us at least. And anyways, it's not your fault that you're seeking perfectionism, and it's not your fault that you are guarded and whatnot, but you have been blessed with a twin flame journey. Meaning you are supposed to do your very best at healing yourself into your very best. Because if you do that, you're going to live the most abundant life. You will reach your most abundant timeline. That's the whole goal of this journey. You need to heal because you're supposed to be healing others, or helping them at least, if they so desire. But this is your inner child, your inner 5-year-old, your inner tiny little person who is never going to grow up, and who felt a genuine fear that when you were authentic, when you were voicing your needs as a child, the adults, because I'm talking about like small child here, like really small child, and there might have been like a thing that just kept on going on throughout your childhood and even like throughout your life. I don't know that. But as a child, you felt that when you were authentic, when you were voicing your needs, when you were speaking your truth, that was not safe. It did not sit well with the adults around you. And it doesn't have to be like, oh, you grew up with the most toxic family. It doesn't have to be like that at all. It can simply be you were not met as you needed to be met. And that is different for everyone. And as a child, you are completely in need of your adults around you, loving you, accepting you, and taking care of you, or you will die. It's that simple. And children are exceptionally good at picking up energy. So good. If you're also on the twin flame journey, the only people who get to go on this journey are the absolutely most broken individuals. You had a turbulent life. The female, more often than not, had a more turbulent life, or like the feminine energy. It's not gender, but the feminine energy. That's why she broke first. And then the masculine energy starts their journey a little bit later, because there is more lessons or like traumatic experiences, big or small. And I keep looking at this third party thing. If this is romance, and you still pine for your twin flame, which you do, because the cards are literally saying you want to rekindle this, then that is not a good thing. I always say that karma isn't retribution, kind of. It's not, oh, you did something bad and here's your punishment. That's not how it works. Karma isn't here to be some sort of punile institution. That's not what it is. Karma is, you did something, good or bad. I don't like the words good or bad, because that's so black and white, and nothing is black or white. It's always grey. There's always a reason for everything that we do. But that is also why karma isn't a retribution of sorts. That's really not what it is. But it is you learning from life. You learning and growing to be your best version of yourself. And if you are in a third party situation, which you very much seem to be, then there is some karmic lesson here, which you are not learning from quite yet, because you're not addressing it. I mean, you've made no changes. So you're still in this karmic situation, be it a romantic relationship, be it a work situation, be it whatever. But if this is a romantic relationship, and which for some of you guys it will be a romantic relationship, that's not uncommon. You are playing with karma in a very bad kind of way, because you're just hanging on to someone. And that means, like, whomever you are with. And I'm not blaming you here, because they are choosing to be with you. And so, clearly they have also work to do with their own self. Not just confidence, but like their own self-worth. Because they deserve to be someone's first choice and not someone's comfort choice. Basically, I'm together with you because then I'm not alone. Or maybe I'm together with you because reasons, children, mixed up economy, whatever, not feeling like I can stand on my own 2 feet, like whatever, it really doesn't matter. But you are keeping them from being with that person. You are literally keeping this third party person from even... I want to say having the option, but that's not true, because again, like, they're choosing to stay with you as well. You are on the same wavelength right now. You're broken, they're broken, you're broken together, and you're not fixing each other at all. Like, this is probably a karmic lesson thing. And honestly, and this is my pointer, this is not a frictionless relationship in that case. It never will be either, quite likely. Unless, of course, you like go to therapy and stuff. But, and you can choose to stay here, of course, but you have to like choose them then, in that case. Then you're going to have to work through some very big amounts of karma, because you didn't at the very beginning, like, or like, at least right now, there's something here, like, they are really not your first choice emotionally. They are not, like, they don't have your heart. That's what I'm trying to say here. And if they don't have your heart, I want to say then you probably also don't have theirs, but that I don't know. Maybe they don't know what love is. Maybe you don't know what love is. It's not this. It's not this. My point is, you might have gotten a lot of bad karma. Like, you could literally have felt cursed after walking away and choosing this thing. You might have felt, or not, but you might have felt relatively cursed. Which might have actually made you stay even further away from your twin flame. Because in your mind, this might, and this comes to my mind for a reason. In your mind, you quite likely draw the drew whatever, like the connection. You made the connection that, oh wait, I was involved with this person here, which I loved, and I sadly didn't feel enough for sticking around with. And now, all of this bad stuff is just going on in my life. So clearly they are connected in the way that A, I connected with you, and now bad stuff is happening. What you didn't see was the fact that, yeah, you connected with this person, and then you were like, drawing away. And also, because you weren't just drawing away, you were like, oh, wait, where is it? You were also like, I'm drawing away, but I'm also like drawing into this third body thing that I'm not really like fitting in here. Like, this is not my place. I'm not showing you the finger, by the way, it's the same one. It's a gorgeous one. Look at my ring. Anyways, yeah, so you were just like hiding behind your third party situation, whatever that third party situation was. And then you're like, oh, what the fuck? I was like, fires everywhere and I'm not feeling great. That's so the twin flame's fault. Wow. And the twin flame's over here, you know, and you're just hiding all the way back here. Like, you're not. If you had gone back slowly, which of course you would have to heal to do, because otherwise you're not going to be allowed by the universe to even stretch out. That's the truth. It's sad, but it's true. But your task is very simple, but excruciating for you. I'm not trying to make this issue less than it is, because it's huge for you. It's the communication part. It absolutely terrifies you. It absolutely terrifies you, and that's the real issue. That's the real reason you're feeling all like fired up, and you might have had anger issues actually, or you may still have that. I don't know, but you might have had, and you may still have, because you are suppressing yourself. Anyone would have anger issues with that. You don't feel like you get to exist. You get some pent up energies from that. And they're not positive, and they're not nice. But yeah, it was not the twin flame that caused this feeling of potential, feeling of being cursed. That was actually you choosing a third party situation, because that wasn't fair to anyone. But, and also another thing is that you might have felt very blessed when you were around your twin flame, because that's very common. You kind of vibe with each other, right? So there's a lot of blessings coming into your life, usually during that time period. But then you pull away, and then also all of that magical blessing kind of situation is pulled away with you. And that might be true for both parties, and it might also not be true for both parties. Anyways, so we have this now. We know what your issue is, we know your situation. I feel like I want to check out how you think your twin flame is feeling about you. Just putting these away, which was your anger, because we don't need that. This one again, just screaming for attention. You need to start talking. That's your big problem, and it is a big issue. Again, not minimizing it. This is something that you truly feel is excruciating. And you feel that for a reason. And you deserve to have those feelings acknowledged, okay? I'm not making fun of you. You might feel like I am. I'm truly not. Okay. But I want to know... I'm going to keep this here, actually. The not talking card. Because that's the core of your wounding. That's the core issue, trauma that you need to work on. If you really want to have this revived at any point, you need to work on this. You have to start communicating. Not just with your twin flame, but in life. You have to start speaking up for yourself. Truly. You have to start being authentic. You will not lose anyone worth having, okay? Because anyone worth having in your life, and you actually had this in one of the cards with the whole like choose a spouse. No, lose everyone, I think it was. But it also literally said you should choose a spouse, but it's not just a spouse. Spoiler. It's everyone in your life. You should choose someone that makes you feel like you can just exist. You don't have to prove anything. You don't have to be perfect. You can just exist. And everyone that truly loves you, that's truly even worth having in your life, will feel that way. Okay? Don't be afraid of being yourself. You're not going... For a period of time, you might end up losing a lot of people, or a lot of situations, or a lot of many things, actually. But if you do that, it's because they didn't align with you in the first place. You attracted people to your mask, but your mask was not yourself. And so you felt the need to upkeep this mask to keep all of these people in your life. But it wasn't healthy having them there in the first place because you were playing a part. Are you an actor? I'm taking that point. Are you, because like you might be, I don't know. But are you on set? If no, then you're not supposed to be acting like an actor. Why am I opening you guys? Huh. Strange, I wasn't going to use you. But okay, let's use it. It was my tiny bunny tarot deck. I really like these, except just like touching these a tiny bit gives you the most glittery hands. I'm not a fan of the glitter thing on this one. I have a different one that also has like... That also has glitter on it, but it doesn't glitter your entire fucking self. So, it is what it is. Oh, I'm so sorry. You know what? It happens. Sometimes I swear. I'll try and stay more professional. Anyways, what we were checking is actually how you... I was going to check how do you think your twin flame thinks about you. That's not what you would be checking with this deck. Let's do it anyways. Maybe I have something here. Okay, how do you think your twin flame is feeling about this whole twin flame situation? No, I need to check it with the other ones first. I'll take you guys, but afterwards, okay? Just wait 1 second. We need to check it here. I have a different kind of deck that is a tiny bit better. It's my pink one. I love it. Okay, let's see. How do you think your twin flame is feeling about you in this whole situation? Ooh. Oh no, sorry. You need to burst into my divine timing. Okay. Oh, this is beautiful, by the way. The artwork. So you think that your twin flame is trusting in divine timing. So they have stopped communicating with you. They've stopped chasing you. But I don't think you think it's because they've stopped loving you. With divine timing, it kind of seems and feels like it's because you feel like they've started thinking it either happens or it doesn't. That's what the divine timing is. And this is what you think, or how you think they feel about this whole thing. So, divine timing. Like, they're... For them to start trusting in divine timing, there's also the thing that they are kind of emotionally not like they're still there emotionally, but not as they used to be. So they're kind of pulling away at this point for reasons. Ooh, what's this? Sparks. Yeah, exactly. You still think that your twin flame feels the sparks between you guys. You know, surprising each other with gestures of love. So that's positive. It's very positive. It's a positive mindset. Good. You need that. On this journey, you need that. And also, wait. Okay. That's not positive. So you had divine timing and you have sparks, right? So you think that they have started having faith in divine timing, which means that they've started pulling away, of course, and then also sparks, so they feel the sparks. It's still there. It's not a flame, but it's sparks, right? Then there's also closure. Not all connections are meant to be, and accepting closure. So maybe that's what you mean with divine timing in your case. It's it either will or it won't. And they have found some sort of peace with that. Although the sparks are still there. Let's see if we can get just one more. Just to check. Okay? So we need one more card. Please give us one more card so that we can just check how this collective feels or thinks that the person in their mind feels about that and this connection. Whoa! I'm just getting attacked here. Falling fast. Falling fast. What? What? Okay. Oh, I'm closure, falling fast. Do you think that they have entered a thing with someone else now? And that's kind of what's keeping them away from you? Let's see if we can get one more card just for that. So, good. Oh, we got two. Let's see. Fun times ahead. And then there's like, okay, yes, I think you're afraid of that at least. You seem to be afraid that the person on your mind might be sparkling a little bit right now. And they're starting to enjoy their singlehood. And that they as a person and like how they sparkle now, after they found their self-worth and stuff like that they are a powerful love magnet. And that's not good for your feeling of not enough to begin with, because you're already struggling with that. You didn't feel like you were enough to begin with for this person. And now you see them sparkle up or something like that. And you either know for a fact that this person, the person on your mind, your twin flame, is now out and about, living their single life. Sorry. Or you heavily suspect it, or you know for a fact or know that they are getting involved with someone else romantically right now. And it could also just be, of course, like that's what you suspect. That you suspect, and that's where the lightning comes from the very beginning, right? So then you would be a tiny bit worried. But the thing is, from what I could see in your cards, you weren't doing anything. Because you made no changes, right? That's what we had in our cards. You were making no changes. This is how you think. The person on your mind thinks and feels about you and this connection, this love connection between you guys. And you think there are still sparks for you, there's still an interest for you, but they are also starting to move on. But if you're not communicating with them, that makes a lot of sense that they would be at some point. Because again, this is the masculine energy that we are reading, meaning the feminine has already gone through a lot of their healing journey. Quite likely, at least. Because you also had seasonal change. So like the feminine energy has gone through something that has caused changes, and those changes has caused the feminine energy to no longer chase you. And you tie that no longer chasing aspect of this relationship thing into them either being occupied with someone else or getting out there again in the single market. Anyways, they would be moving on from you two. But for anyone to come to that part, being the feminine energy then, to actually cut out your connection as a priority in your life, or in their life, the feminine then, because the feminine is the chaser, right? There must have been time. You also got divine timing. That very much indicates, you know, a lot of time has passed and you have not been communicating. Because there were secrets. For reasons, whatever those reasons are, you have not been communicating. You're not talking. You're not talking. I don't want to sound rude, but what did you think would happen? You know? Like, what would you have done? Also, this journey is about healing, getting healthier. So, part of that would, of course, be to put your focus somewhere else. Like, if your twin flame didn't feel like it was reciprocated, you weren't even communicating, the healthy thing would be to move on. And so, clearly they chose the healthy thing. And that's the point of this journey. They are supposed to choose the healthy thing. And so are you. I mean, you are not choosing the healthy thing. You're not choosing to heal right now. Because you are not choosing to... I'm sorry, I'm just putting this back. What was I saying? Yeah, you're not choosing to make any changes. You are still in the same situation. And that situation didn't seem like it was... Like, you clearly want something else. Should we check if it's like, how do you feel about your situation? Let's do that. Okay, we're going to use the Lenormand. Oh, Tarot. Okay, we're going to use that. We're going to use the Tarot cards. Okay, very well. So, how do you feel about your current situation? You can't be all that. amazed by it. If you, what is this? Oh, Knight of Swords. That's adorable. Look at this tiny knight. Can you see it? It's like a tiny rabbit. Yeah, here you can see it. It's a tiny rabbit on a horse. Okay, let's just see. That's useful energy. That's swift energy as well. What is this? Justice. Okay. Justice isn't bad. Justice is kind of like the karma card. So, you know, you did what you did, and so you get what you get. Kind of. So, Four of Pentacles. That's hanging on to stuff for their life. Like, whatever you have, you ain't sharing. And you're extremely afraid of losing it. That also makes sense with the previous cards, actually. Oh fuck, you did get karma. You just pummeled through. You made some very impulsive decisions to end up with your current life. You probably impulsively ended up connecting with your twin flame. And you were very convinced. When you do your, you move swiftly, and you are highly convinced of your impulse, whatever it is, and you just pummel through with it because you're right. This is what you're supposed to be doing. You're right. The knights are the most useful of all the cards. Like, not useful like in a child. It's more of the High Priestess. What is the High Priestess doing here? I need one more for the High Priestess. Look at her. Isn't she adorable? It's a tiny little bunny as well. I really like this deck. It's just all of the glitter, you know. I need a card for the High Priestess. What is this? Woo! Okay, this one. The Star. But this is your current life we're talking about. Oh. Oh. Oh, you are shifting internally. Oh. I think you're... Everything that you've held on to so tightly, you have entered the state where you are starting to question all of it. Your values, your spirituality, everything, all of the, like, not the physical foundations of your life. You're not, that's not what I'm seeing here. You're not questioning the physical foundations in your life. But everything that has to do with spirituality and values. Like, am I true to myself? Kind of. That's the state you're in right now. Because you also got the Star, which I love. I absolutely adore it. It's my favorite card in the tarot deck. I just like stars. But that is, you know, finding hope and whatnot. But it's also figuring out your true north, kind of. And this one is extra cute because it's, I don't know if you can see, but it's holding like these two little mugs or something like that with water. Is it easier if I have it here? Yeah, maybe. And it's pouring out everything. Like, it's just pouring it out. it's still. The water is still. But if you see for the, like, wait. The High Priestess is also surrounded by water. She's sitting in it. There's a lot of water down here. Emotions. Water is emotions. But it's calm. It's much calmer than like a storm, for example, that's going on inside of you right now. And then you have this. So, for me, these are connected. Because you're questioning your values, your spirituality, your everything that's kind of made you end up where you are right now, you're questioning it. And at least you're sniffing on the whole, tossing it all out, and starting new, figuring out who you are. And that's good. You really should. It doesn't mean that you have to toss away everything in your life, or even anything. Well, most likely you will have to. I'm sorry, but you will. But it doesn't necessarily mean that, because I mean, what's going on here is that you are growing, you are evolving, you're healing. It might not feel like that, but this is the beginning. The beginning of healing is questioning. The beginning of healing is seeing that you're not feeling good in your circumstances. This doesn't make you feel good. The beginning of healing is acknowledgement of where you are and where you'd like to be, or at least that you're not where you'd like to be. And that's a hard realization. It's not comfortable at all. But yeah, so you have the star. You're kind of trying to find your true north right now. Which is wonderful. Oh, this one wanted out? The Empress. I'm specifically asking about your life right now. I feel this is beautiful, because this is the masculine energy, right? You, my main collector right now, you're the masculine energy. You've been running, you've been avoiding your own feelings and all of that, right? So you're also more of the whole like perfectionism and all of that up until now. But here then we have the High Priestess. And we have the Star. Then we also have the Empress. And the Empress is the I'm sorry. I'm highly distracted. And the Empress is the Divine Feminine. So it could be indicating that you are aligning more with your Divine Feminine, which would be your twin flame in this case, but I don't think that's it. I don't think that's it in this one, because we're specifically trying to figure out you, right? Your life right now. So I'm thinking it's actually you starting to tap into your Divine Feminine side, and that's kind of what you're supposed to be doing now at this point in this journey, in the twin flame journey. If your Divine Feminine has now been like, nope, and that means they're tapping into their Divine Masculine side a bit more, self-worth and all of that. But you are tapping into compassion. The thing that you used to receive from your Divine Feminine, you're tapping into that right now, and you're healing yourself with that. You are learning compassion and quite likely also putting yourself in someone else's shoes. That's a hard process. But I think you have it. honestly, I think you'll manage this. If you are twin flame, that also means that you are a very strong individual. And this is beautiful. This is very good. This is very good. You're on the right track, actually. But no wonder you're confused. You also got the card of confusion. Earlier you got the card of confusion. But you're still confused. You know what? I think we should... Do you guys want to know how your twin flame is feeling about you? Like, really feeling about you? I'm unsure if we should do it. Not because there's anything bad in doing it, it's just that right now your focus should be on figuring out yourself. It really should. Your focus should be on your high priestess moment and your true north and your divine feminine side, you know, self-compassion, realizing that you don't need to be perfect, you don't need to wear that mask, and anyone who makes you feel like you do, they don't really align with you. You don't know who you are right now, and that's okay. That's kind of what you need to figure out. This journey is to heal you. You don't have to end up in alignment. You don't have to end up in union with anyone other than yourself. And that's the main goal of a twin flame journey. But okay, let's check. But we'll use a different tarot. We will use these instead. Look at these gorgeous roses. I love it. Okay. Yeah, I will bring you on like tiny things like, oh, these are bunnies, or like, oh, these are roses, because that might be like a symbol for some of you. Because you should have symbols. If you're on this journey, try and figure out some symbols, like to... If you're unsure if this reading is for you or not, maybe assign some symbols to your spirit team and be like, if this reading is for me, I want the bunny deck. If there's no bunny deck, this is not for me. Or I want the gorgeous roses. Oh fuck, it wanted, but it didn't. I catched it. I'll look at it, but I won't add it. This is about your twin flame and how they might feel about you. Oh, this is a good one. You got strength. They really believe in you. They believe in your strength and they believe in your compassion, because strength is actually both. It's not just a physical strength. Like, look at this dude. He's trying to like pull down the statue, but strength is actually kindness. They have great faith in you, at least. But let's see, how does the person on this collective mind, that twin flame, feel about them, feel about the collective right now? Please give us a couple of cards. Little messages. Oh, 6 of coins. That's actually really nice. It's in general, Six of Coins is benevolence, you know? It's sharing of your abundance, kind of. It's kindness. And it's not self-centeredness. It's the opposite of that. It's kind. So, your twin flame genuinely look at you as a strong person. That's nice. And then this card came out as well, which is also that they view you as a very nice person. That's lovely. It doesn't say that you're rich or anything. It just says that you share from your abundance. What you have, you share. Whether it's your talents or your self, your time, whatever it is, they see you as someone very nice. Oh, they also view you. This is the World card. It's the last card of the Major Arcana story within tarot. And this one looks a bit different than most because the romance deck does. It also carries a bit of different meaning. In fact, we should probably check what precisely they were saying in this one. But this is the end of a chapter. This is the end of a story. So that a new story can begin. This is how they're viewing you. We didn't ask about the connection. This is how they are viewing you. And they are viewing you as being at the end of some chapter. But it's interesting with this one, it's like you have a man and a woman and a child. So a family. But or a traditional family, I should say. But the man and the woman, they're carrying a weight. The weight of the world, they're kind of like Atlas, right? Carrying the weight of the world on their shoulders. And one of that weight thing is a child. Doesn't necessarily have to be bad. But I feel your twin flame feel like you've made your choice, and that would make a lot of sense because you're not talking with your twin flame. And it seems like you might, for your twin flame, it seems like you made your choice, and that choice was carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders. And also the situation that you chose. But this one very much indicates it was a third party situation, which we've already established by all means. But that it was either a family situation or a love situation. Anyways, it's still responsibility. It's like you've chosen, you're a kind-hearted person, and you share from that kind-heartedness of yours. That's how they view you. But you've also decided to carry the weight of the world on your shoulders and just stick it out, kind of. There's a bit of martyr, like a martyr thing to this. You seem to have chosen your... Oh, you also got Ten of Swords. In general, Ten of Swords is not positive. So swords are in your head, right? They're in your mind. They're thoughts and whatnot. Ten of Swords can, in many situations, also be ultimate betrayal. Either of yourself or someone else. But in this case, because look at the card, like the man is it easier here? Yeah. So the man is leaving this woman in bed. He's like a sergeant of some sort. What he's holding here is a tiny blue rose. And he seems to be intending on leaving that tiny blue rose with this woman and just sneak off. Like they've slept together and I was just sneaking off. You've made your choice. That's what your twin flame feels. Because you haven't expressed anything else either. So your action, because this is an action, see? This is not how 10 of swords usually looks like. Which is good, because I prefer it when I can use the imagery. Your twin flame genuinely feels like you've made your choice. And you decided to stick with, or run back to actually, your family or your third party situation. Like family or love, but you ran back to something and all of your actions were saying that you made your choice, this is where you want to be. And then you got the Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups is an amazing card. It's the height of compassion and whatnot. I really like her. And in this one, she's extra cool. She kind of looks like, can you see it? I feel she kind of looks like Padma, is that what she's called? In Star Wars? I don't remember. But although she's the Queen of Queen of Coins, was that what I said? It's not Queen of Coins, it's Queen of Chalices. You know, the cup. Queen of Cups. Sorry. But the Queen of Cups is compassionate and kind. Her kindness can often be mistaken for weakness, but it isn't. She's a queen. She's a lovely. She's someone you would view as a lovely person. But she's wearing a mask. Or like she's not wearing it, she's holding it because she's at this masquerade ball, right? So she has all of this, but she's also masking at times. In this deck. That's what I'm reading right now. Your twin flame thinks very highly of you. You also had 6 of coins, so you're a generous person, you're kind, you're very self-sacrificing. That's not really good. Sorry, it's not. And it will add to your whole bursting up of intense emotions and maybe anger issues, I don't know. And of course there's the running away card, that's not good. And then you got the Joker. No, not the Joker, the Fool. In this deck I find it very cute. Oh, well, I mean, I like the Fool card anyways, but here, this is the person who doesn't really know how love works. not quite yet anyways. He's like, he's completely inexperienced in love. And if you can tell, he has like a bouquet on the top of his head as if it's his hat. He is surrounded by, when he has his foot on here, it's a very surprised dove. And then he's like surrounded by teacups and whatnot. Like, this dude does not know what's going on at all in love, and that's okay, because he's still wearing that smile. He's still like, yeah, well, I might not know what love entails, but I will surely figure it out. And I'm feeling like I've got the hang on it. There's something about a bouquet and like having tea time together and beds probably. And he's just so happy. Look at him. Like, he does not know shit. He does not know his stuff. Good. Yeah, he's adorable. But yeah, okay, so they also find you a bit clueless. I'm sorry. But they do. You're a bit clueless in love. That's not your priority, I think. Oh, but you're very nice, you're very kind, you're like, they like you. Like, you're a good person. That's how they see you. But you're a bit like, not really, but okay, important, they think you've moved on completely. Like, you've made your choice and you've moved on. That's what they are left with. But you're not, because you're sitting over there wanting to make new memories, and you're sitting over there wanting to get this stuff up and running again. It's not going to happen. So, what we're going to do is to end this. We are going to ask for some guidance. We could ask the tarot deck, but I want to ask these first, and then if we're still, why is this so, some of these are the wrong way and then some of these are not the wrong way. Why? What are we getting here? Like, we got the fishes for some weird reason. Shooting star, very likely. Like, they're positive cards. Like, but we're not gonna use these. We're going to shuffle. And I'm like, but in general, I have no idea why they are like this. Which is good, because that means there's like some positive undertones there going on. Just, yeah, I said that, and then like one of the cards refused to turn over, and then there was roadblocks. Yes, you have like some positive roadblocks. You have some positive vibe going on here, but there are roadblocks. Those roadblocks are quite likely put there by you. Sorry, but that's just true. You're the one not communicating, okay? And I'm not making this less than what it is, because like, you're genuinely afraid. If you were to communicate, you're afraid. How would that interact with my life and stuff? Oh, you got mirror. Can I showcase it? Yeah, like that. So you got mirror. Fishes. So there's emotions. And it's, this is good, this is great, and this perfectly ties in with the tarot deck about you and your situation right now, where you're starting to questioning and you're starting to showcase yourself a little bit more self-compassion and stuff like that. Because here we have your ego and being more self-aware and facing your issues. Yes, you can do this. It's going to be a bit hard, but you can do it, and I have full faith in you, just so you know. Self-assessment, self-improvement, insecure, make comparisons, stop. Do not do that. That's part of your thing. with not feeling good enough, it's because you constantly compare yourself with other people. Why would you do that? Compare yourself with yourself. Where were you yesterday? And are you slightly bit better today? Where were you a month ago, a year ago? And are you slightly bit better today? Are you slightly more nice towards yourself today? Amazing. Compare yourself to yourself. Reflection, obsessed, narcissist. Listen, narcissism is not common. Okay, you should definitely stop calling people narcissists. Unless, they really, really are. But that's not a lot of people. Vain, self-love, self-appreciation. Okay, I can see that. But you should be, because that's what we're asking, what should you be working on right now? If you want all of that, and you got up, it's basically like facing yourself, see yourself. Yes. You got a child, which is nice, because I'm thinking, we've been talking about childhood wounds, right? Just wait, there's also some star signs with this one, which is Taurus, and I'm not very good with the star sign thing, so I have a little tiny cheat sheet here. We got Taurus, and then we also have, is that Leo? Yes, Taurus, Leo. Is that Scorpio? Yeah, that's Scorpio. And then, where is it? Because I'm thinking this is the Aquaman, whatever he's called. Yes, Aquarius. It's the time for Aquarius or something like that. I don't really remember the song. Anyways, so those are the star signs that's connected to this one. In case you are also, listening for star signs, because that's part of your symbols or something that you told your spirit team that, hi, we need that to be able to ascend whether or not this is for us, this reading is for us. Now you have them. Amazing. Anyways, child, so like childhood wounds, of course, but then there's also fixed and stubborn. You're a stubborn person, you need to work on that, and it's tied to your ego. It's kind of like my way. It's my way. We're doing it like I want to do it, and if we're not doing it like I want to do it, I will throw a fucking tantrum. Don't throw a tantrum. It's not worth it. But you also have all of these like beautiful things, which is love to learn and imagination, delight in the simple things. You are supposed to be facing yourself. We're not done, but you need to face yourself and your ego, and find true joy and time for play, time for fun. You need to start healing your inner child. You need to start seeing yourself and the situations in your life clearly. How are they really making you feel? Are they making your inner child feel a little bit not happy? Or do you feel safe to be your inner child? Not in its most messy way, which would be your ego. And usually behind a mask, all of your coping mechanisms, that's your inner child. Your wounded inner child. You not being able to make yourself feel safe. Because of your circumstances around you. It's not your fault per se, but you are an adult now. And so you can work on it. And you are a twin flame. You are kind of being forced to work on it. I'm sorry, but it's the truth. And it's so that you can heal, right? Oh, and then you also got Knight, which is marvelous. It's confident, heroic, messenger. That's the thing you're struggling with. And then it's like fearless, assertive, passionate, fighting spirit, persevering, chivalry, honor, determined, obeying orders. Yeah, you might be. Honor, I've already said that. Brave, daring, strong, champion of a cause. Yeah. And it's Leo. It's Leo. That's the star sign. Oh, and it's number 1. And you also have number 4 here. Cute. So then 41 could also be a thing. I don't know. Also 5, because added together there's a 5. But we're not done yet though. So yeah, you're kind of being asked to face yourself, make yourself feel safe. And you are an adult, not a child, although that's the card you got. So you're being asked to grow up, kind of. And emotionally. And this is not to be mean or anything at all. It's so that you can become the knight. It's so that you can become confident, heroic, and you can speak your mind. You can fight for your cause. You can fight for yourself. You can be your own champion. It's actually beautiful. Oh, and then we have another card, which is Person of Air. So it's basically the air signs. That's what it is. Which is Gemini. Is it Libra? Quite sure it's Libra. Wait a second. Because I have a tendency of vibing with the Libras. Give me a sec. Yes, it's the Libra. An Aquarius. Yes. Yeah, so air sign. Very much in their head, right? It's the great mentalist. Oh yeah, I didn't show you the card. This is the air sign. Person of air. Ooh. So, the great mentalist, eloquent, rational, upright, quick-witted, unemotional, controlling, sarcastic, cold, abrupt, critical, and calculated. And then we also have professions that's usually often tied to this, which is teacher, lawyer, surgeon, journalist, or a chef. So, this is what I am seeing here, what you're being asked to do. You know what, I need one more card. I just need one more card. Because you're either being asked to take on more of the personality of like a person of air. If you are a person of air, then that might also just be like, yeah, this is you finding you. Or it's your person, the person on your mind, your twin flame, that is a so-called person of air. And it doesn't have to be the star sign, it could just be like the personality, right? It doesn't have to be your star sign either, it could just be your personality. But that's not actually what, yes, exactly. That's not actually what I felt was that you needed to be able to face your inner child, yourself, your ego, because you also got the Empress, right? So you're supposed to be tapping into your emotions right now. You're not supposed to be, well, that's what was going on in your life, and that's a good thing. Okay, wait. Self-compassion and all of those beautiful things, because it was the right way. I usually don't use the upside down versions of any of the cards. If it happens, it happens, but usually I don't. So it was all the positive aspects of the Empress. And that is emotions. That's learning to be more kind towards yourself and also towards others. It's self-compassion and actually learning to be compassionate towards other people in their situation as well, which you might have been struggling with, although you were clearly seen as a very nice and compassionate person by your person, like the person on your mind. You might not feel like you are, but you're being viewed as it. At least your person sees you that way still. but you got cake, which is celebration, ceremony, party, gathering with friends and family, honor, remember, for some reason, recognize, commemorate, graduation, anniversary, wedding, prom, birthday, awards, ceremony. Now, for me, this looks like, yeah, you know what? To me, seeing this whole picture, you want this to start over again, or like start over, but you want to rekindle this thing, right? That's what the cards are saying. So if you don't want to do that, then this is not your collective. The right collective wants to rekindle this. They want this to start anew with their twin flame. They don't want this to be over. You don't want this to be over if this is your collective. But you are afraid of voicing your needs and your thoughts and your feelings and your emotions, and you're afraid of voicing this, right? So you are being told to look at yourself clearly, see the situation around you, like observe. How do you feel in this situation that you're clinging to? Because you also got Four of Pentacles, so you're clinging to this. You are so afraid that even the slightest shift in you or your circumstances would ruin everything. You'd be left in ruins, nothing and no one left. Just you, alone. And maybe you're right for a period of time, maybe you would be, but if you lose everything and everyone, what have you been surrounding yourself with? If you can't be yourself, what have you been surrounding yourself with? In that case, you've been surrounding yourself with people and situations that keep you stuck at a unhealed, childhood, traumatized version of yourself. A version that never grows up. Emotionally, a version that is making their choices based on fear and not expansion. And if you make your choices based on expansion, okay, you can make choices based on, I fear losing this or that or whatnot, or I fear the repercussions of doing that or this or whatever. Like, it's fear based. Or, and this is the much more happy version, you'll be much happier making choices from this. The other option is, you could make your choices in life from if I do this, I might gain that. If I do this, I might expand. If I do this, I might get to experience something new and exciting, something I've always wanted. It's expansive and it's joyful. You don't do something out of fear, but because you want to. Most of us have it, at least as teenagers and young adults. You definitely had it when you were chasing down your twin flame, I think, because of your Knight of Swords. You just charged. You were very, very convinced about being able to win your situation, whatever it was. But then you also, because you were far too impulsive, you were also using that same energy to fucking charge it all the way out of there. Because of fear. Because of not being enough. But if you want to be able to contact or if you want this to be rekindled, you will have to manage to work through that fear of yours of communicating. Well, communication was what I was going to say, but like of communicating your wants, needs and desires, of being truthful. And the communication that you're going to have to tap into here is going to be something that's going to be extremely scary for you. But if you can do the self-work, the childhood, the wounded child, inner child healing, if you can work on your stubbornness also, because it's literally there, you're very stubborn. Like, you're extremely stubborn. And also you got the child card, so you're a bit emotionally immature. Like, you might be young, but you don't have to. I'm sorry, you don't have to. You can be emotionally immature at any age, literally. And also any gender, of course. But we're talking about the masculine energy here, and you're very stubborn, and you're a bit childish. I'm sorry. Except I'm not. Okay, I don't mean it in like it. I'm not putting you down, okay? That's not what I'm trying to do here. I'm trying to put up the mirror that you've been asked to look into anyways. And we've all been there. And if you're a twin flame, like, you have stuff to work through. It's not your fault. It's because you grew up far too quickly, most likely. You were jumping over developmental stages that you have to go through. You can't. A lot of people are like, oh, I grew up so quickly, I did blah blah blah. And then you also have adults and parents being all, oh, they're so adult, like, they're tiny and they're so adult. That's usually not a good thing. No one grows up quickly. You just jump over some of the developmental stages, but you never did those stages. So you didn't get to evolve or learn or whatever. You didn't get to do that stage, kind of. And so you didn't get to take that lesson with you. But you can't. I mean, you can, but we all need to go through all of these stages if we want to be emotionally mature. You can't just not do them, jump over it and be like, yeah, I just jumped from like level 0 to level 10. Cool. Going to take the bosses up here now. In gaming theory. Technically, maybe you can. Okay, that was a really bad analogy, actually. Because I'm thinking about, like, open world games. Some people are actually good at games. I am not. Anyways, point being, you have to go through them. So, if you were unlucky and you didn't get to do it while you were a child, you're going to have to do it as an adult. Because you kind of need to do it to be a properly healed person. And that's okay. That's okay. Okay? Again, you might just be very young. But if you're not, it's still okay. Just do it. Don't go around being all like, oh, perfectionist. No. None of us are fucking perfect. There's no perfectionism. Okay? There's nothing here like that. But, anyways, if you want to, I'm going to finish this off now. If you want to be able to rekindle this, you need to work on your inner child. You need to work on your stubbornness. You need to work on being much more self-aware. See yourself clearly. See your situation clearly. See your circumstances clearly. See the people that you hang around clearly. Stop making comparisons. You are you. You're no one else. You're not supposed to be either. And through doing so, you will find your own confidence. You will find your own heroic story, or like you'll be the hero in your heroic story. You'll be confident. You'll be fearless, assertive, and all of that, because you trust yourself more. By removing that layer of a mask, really, because it's just there to protect your inner child. It's the inner child that put it up, and it's the inner child that's still wearing it. So every single time you wear it, every single time you go towards perfection, every single time you go towards comparing yourself to others, comparing others also, because quite likely you do that too. It's not just you comparing you towards other people. You will also automatically, because it's important to you. So it's like, it's there in your head. It's important to you to like see, oh, where am I if I'm comparing myself up towards someone else. You will also automatically be comparing other people. Also your partners. I'm just saying. That's not very nice. That's also not very nice to be together with. Someone who will be comparing you to like anyone and everyone. It's just, it doesn't feel nice. And it doesn't feel nice for you either. Okay? But through doing that, the childhood wounding thing, you will become much more confident and determined and whatnot, brave, daring. You will be able to send out the necessary message or contact or whatever, but for that contact to be successful, it's going to have to be, it's air, right? So messengers and whatnot, this is like, the air signs are master communicators. They're extremely good at it in astrology. Whether you believe it or not, that's not really important, because I need them as a symbolism here, right? So they are very good communicators, but they can also be tricksters to a certain degree, because they know how to use words, right? But it's also about truthfulness, because air, if you go back to tarot again here now, when you come up to the royals, they are, and when they're in balance, they are truthful. They are objective. They are not ruled by emotions so much as logic. So this communication is going to have, you can't play games. That's my point here. When you communicate now, you won't be able to play games. You could, I'm not, you may do whatever you want. We all have free will, but that's not what you're recommended to do here. You're recommended to work on yourself, your bravery, so that you can communicate without games, without wearing your mask of perfectionism or any other sort of I want to say mask. You just come there truthful, naked and truthful. Hey, I want to rekindle this. You might also have to start explaining some stuff, because you literally chose a third party situation, whether that is romance or anything, but a lot of it kind of, also family, a lot of it kind of pointed us towards that, but it could be anything really, but you did shove them away, and they are left with the impression it's over. You chose what you choose. You chose what you chose, basically. And they are not part of that. There was actually no romantic cards popping up. Ever. That was the spark that you suspected. But it's, for them, it's more like you're a nice person. But you're also very nice. You're kind and compassionate in their eyes. But you also have this mask that you wear. And you also abandon them. I'm going through the cards now. That's the story they're left with. You abandoned them and you chose your family, or third party situation, family, romance, whatever. That's what you chose. And you chose it to carry the weight of the world on your shoulders, so they don't feel like you did it because you really wanted that. they feel like you did it because you are a self-sacrificer. You don't stand up for yourself. Or you don't value yourself and your needs and wants as much as you value if you're carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders, you feel immense responsibility. And you don't know how to handle that except from carrying it all on your shoulders. It's a very unhealthy way of approaching it, because you don't have to do it like that. There's delegation, there's being creative, there's a lot of stuff. But anyways, if you can do all of that, if you can heal yourself and your stubbornness. Like, I'm sorry, but that's just screaming towards me. There's a lot of stubbornness in you. That's why you've not been communicating, isn't it? It has to be, because this is literally screaming at me, the child being very stubborn. You need to work on that. You need to work on that. You can't be stubborn in this. If you want this to be rekindled, you have to not be stubborn in this. You're going to have to find your bravery here and see yourself. You're going to have, but yes, you're going to have a understanding of the situation, of everything. You're going to have to see yourself clearly. You're going to have to see, as I said, like your life and whatnot, all of that. But you also need to see the situation clearly when it comes to the situation that you caused by running away and choosing this other situation and basically just leaving your twin flame there, wherever there was, because that's what they're left with feeling. That's what they're left feeling here when it comes to you. And you're going to have to understand that truly, because that comes to the mirror card here, and also, the compassion and like the Empress and all of that. I don't think you truly understood it at the moment when you did it, and I don't think you're truly understanding it now even. I think you mostly just saw your situation, your emotions, your fear, and I think that's also kind of what's starting to dawn on you now, maybe, hopefully, and if not, then you should work on that, because if you want this to be rekindled, you need to be able to communicate that you see, and to be able to communicate that, you'll actually have to see what the other person also went through. Because you are mirrors, right? So if you're feeling horrible and pained right now, that's also what they felt when you were leaving them. Also, if this is a twin flame journey, and that did not pop up for the other person, by the way, but we didn't put down too many cards about that either, because you need to focus on yourself, actually, right now. That's kind of what the cards are saying. But if you do that, and you can communicate from a good place, then there is a huge chance for this side, yeah. And there is a huge chance for this being very successful. I'm not going to say union. I don't know that. The cards aren't saying anything about that. What the cards are saying is that it will either help your healing journey, or it will help their healing journey, or it will help this connection, or all of the above. But in life, kind of, this will be a huge success for you. You will have managed to graduate from a karmic kind of lesson, or like a life lesson. Like you will have gained something that you will be able to carry with you forever. And that is your newfound bravery, self-insight. You are suddenly becoming self-aware, and you are truly seeing yourself and your surroundings, and so you can truly seek out a life, people, situations, work, everything, love that fulfills you, that you fit in with, and not just, all of this, all of these things and these whatnot that your mask has attracted and that your mask has kept. If you can do this, you will learn to be authentic. You will learn to stand in your truth. You will learn to take accountability. You will learn to be truly compassionate, truly seeing other people's situations, truly. And no one will be able to take that away from you again, because you've grown up emotionally. And that is something you will only gain amazing stuff from. Okay, this is your reading, main collective, who is definitely masculine. I seem to be attracting masculine collectives. Anyways, this was your reading, and like and subscribe if you want to get more updates on your journey, or other things. I mostly do only love reading though. And yes, I also offer personal readings if that's something that you desire. I can also read specifically your situation and help you along your stuff. Okay, let's see. Well, we are now ending this. I will also make one for TikTok. Let's see if it's a different collective. Maybe it's female. Whoa. Okay, until next time, people.